Hey guys, it's me Devin, and I'm here to do my August wrap-up and September TBR. This summer has been not a great summer for reading. I find that when I have a lot of free time, I tend to do other things besides reading. Because I know during the winter, when I used to go to school, any free time I had, that's when I would spend reading. So August, I only read one and a little bit of another book. 1.5 books. So yeah, not the greatest, but hopefully during this last couple months of the year, I will book it in reading and be able to read tons and tons of books. So every month's TBRs are going to be big. That way I have tons to choose from. So let's get started with what I read in August. And that single book I read in August is Mistwood by Cypess. This is a fantasy book. Basically, this book's about a girl named Isabel who is a shapeshifter. And when there are peaceful times in the kingdom near her home in the woods called Mistwood, she resides as any animal, deer. Basically, whenever the kingdom is in trouble or the king needs her as a protector, she has to come out of the woods and protect them. It's like a rule, curse, bond thing. Basically, this prince named Roux comes into the forest and says he needs her help because someone's trying to kill him. And she agrees to it because she knows in her soul that she's supposed to protect the king. But there's one problem. She has some sort of like amnesia type thing where she doesn't remember how to shift. She doesn't really remember anything, especially not what happened in the past, what caused her to run away from the kingdom. So there's a whole lot of secrets going on in this book, a little bit of romance, but basically it's about her trying to figure out who she is and what's with all the lies and the secrets going on. It wasn't a bad book. It was actually really intriguing. Like, I was trying to figure out why the hell she couldn't remember anything half the rest of the book. The only problem I had with it was a little slow paced and the ending was abrupt. Like, the ending happened too quickly in my opinion, and I really wanted more. It's like those romance books where they aren't together until the last 50 pages of the book, and you only get like 50 pages of them being cute, and that's it. Like, I kind of wanted more. I wanted more to happen at the end, but it didn't. But overall, it was a really good book. It is a standalone fantasy book, and there is a companion book called Spellbound. Which, yeah, I think you guys should read it. I know Kate from Catty-tastic really enjoys it, so pick it up if you enjoy fantasy. Now on to the two books that I am currently reading. This first book is the book I started in August and I never really got to finish. And this was an ARC copy and I feel bad because I got it at BookCon and I hope to read it. That book is A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall. This is a contemporary book told in 14 verses. This is basically told in about 14 points of view. You've got a barista, you've got the teacher, you got the best friend of both main characters, you even got a bench and a squirrel. And it's basically how they see this couple that should be together but isn't together, and how they try to get them together. And I'm about that far in. I'm out almost halfway, and it's really cute. I think the squirrel's point of view is hilarious. I love the bench. The bench is just like, what? I think this is definitely, I think the title definitely lives up to this book. It is a little something different, and I think this is really cute. I think you guys should pick it up. This is not the final cover. The final cover is this book right there. So if you guys are in the mood for something different, a contemporary book, I would definitely pick this up. So far, I'm definitely giving this at least 4 stars. So this is really cool. And the last book that I'm currently reading, I actually was kind of peer pressured into reading this next book. Again, I'm gonna say it, but the girls at Epic Reads, they are really good at getting you hyped up about a book and wanting to read it. And their most recent one, they had series that were finishing this month. And one of those series was the Defiance Trilogy by C.J Redwine. This is like a fantasy, dystopian, action-y book. Like, it kind of touches upon everything. And I am really, really enjoying it. I am only that much in, but I am really loving this heroine. Her name's Rachel, and then it's in dual points of view between Rachel and this boy Logan. and it's so good. It's definitely actiony, it's definitely dystopian, but it's also very fantasy. So this is so good. So thank you so much, Aubrey from Epic Reads, for basically pushing me to read the series. And now I've got the second and the third one on hold from library. It's really good, really good. You guys should pick it up. Now on to my September TBR. This month is going to be a little hectic. There are a lot of books I want to read. Basically, this whole stack up until this book are books that I want to read. There are some books that I have to read for either review or because I might be going to some tour stops, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to go through the first couple books that don't involve tour stops, and then I'll continue from there. So the first few books I want to read are for my TBR jar picks. I never got to read the ones from August, so those are definitely on my list. And those two books are Only the Good Spy Young by Allie Carter and Claire de Lune by Christine Johnson. Both these books I will hopefully be finishing this month, that way they can get them out of my jar. Now, I had my brother pick my 2 TBR books for this month, so I will leave a clip to that here. Now we're going to start with the series jar, so you can open it. And then just ruffle your fingers around. Fingers. When you pick one, pull it out and read it.
Yeah.
You picked Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Okay. Just put the lid back on.
I know what to do. Okay, put the lid back on. Good enough.
And these are the oldest books on my TBR list. This is just going to be one book, not a series. And he has chosen Variant by something Wells, I believe. So, thank you, Justin. So for a visual representation of the books he picked, the first book he picked was Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver. I don't own this one, so it's in the library, but I own the last book and the short stories. So hopefully if I finish this, I might continue, maybe not. But this was one of the picks. Variant by Robison Wells. This is I think like a dystopian action book. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that this book, when I first put it on my TBR list, had me intrigued by the synopsis, and I completely forgot what it's about. So that's a good thing though, because going into a book blind, can be a good thing. So this is hopefully another book I will be finishing this month. Next, I have 2 arcs that will be coming out at the end of September or October. This first book I got was one of the books I got at BookCon for free, and this one I'm actually looking forward to, and that is Animals, Legacy of the Claw by C.R. Gray. This is a middle grade. I'm not entirely sure what this one's about. I know it involves kids that have like animal sidekicks, I believe. That's what you can tell from the cover. But I actually really love stories like this, and I think I know it comes out in October, as you can tell by the spine. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this and then do a video review of it. That way I can publish it when the book comes out. And the last arc I have to read by the end of this month is an arc that I actually got from the lovely author. I told her that I really loved her first book, and she was just like, hey, I'll send you one. And I was like, wait, I just started my YouTube channel and I don't have many subscribers. I shouldn't be getting arcs because I need to build a fan base. And she's like, no, it's okay. So I'm like, sweet. And that book is Remember Me by Romily Bernard. This is the second book to the Find Me trilogy, I believe. Basically, this trilogy is about a girl hacker whose father is like a really bad criminal. So I cannot wait for this one. I believe this one comes out at the end of September, maybe October. This says October, but Goodreads says September 23rd, so I'm not entirely sure. So I'll check up on that. So if you're kind of in the mood for a book about hackers, I would definitely pick out the first book, Find Me, which these covers are really cool, right? So yeah. So this book I will definitely be reading this month, so I can do a review of. So now on to the books that I want to read for tour dates and stuff. The first tour is going to be on September 19th at Books of Wonder, and it's the Fierce Reads tour. There will be 2 authors of that tour. There'll be Anne Aguirre and Carrie M. O'Brien. Anne Aguirre wrote the Enclave trilogy, and she has a new book out, which is called Mortal Danger. I got this book at BookCon, and I never got to finish it before it came out, so it is currently out. It came out in August. I really want to read this before I go to the event because I haven't read Enclave yet, but I want to, but I figured I own this one, so I'll read this one and hopefully she'll be able to sign it. And the second author that's coming is none other than my favorite dystopian author, and that is Caragh M. O'Brien. She wrote the Birthmarked Trilogy, which is Birthmarked, Prized, and this book Promised. I haven't finished this book yet, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it and maybe bring it to get it signed. If not, she has a new book coming out on the 17th or 16th, 2 days before the event. It's called The Vault of Dreamers, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. The cover is amazing. You guys need to look it up. I'm going to leave a link in the description bar for all the books that I'm talking about, so you can look them up on Goodreads and add them. But I'm so excited to meet her. I've never met her before, and this will be my first author event besides BookCon, because I never really got to meet authors. I got to see them, but not meet them. So I'm so excited. I will leave a link in the description as well to the tour date, that we can see if they will be stopping anywhere near you. The last book that involves a tour is the Epic Reads Fall Tour for this year, and they will be going to Princeton, New Jersey, which is the first time I've seen a book signing happen in New Jersey. So yes, Jersey. And there will be 5 authors, I believe. There's going to be Amy Ewing, who wrote The Jewel. There will be the author of the book Exquisite Captive. There will be Anne Carey, who wrote Blackbird and the Eve trilogy. There will be the author of Anatomy of a Misfit, and the author of this book, Asylum, which was Madeleine Roux. I won this in the beginning of the year, so around December, January, as an ARC, and this is already out, and the second book, Sanctum, is out. So I figured I own this book, and if I'm going to this event, I've read Anne Carey before, and that's the only author I've read. So I figured I own this. The event's not until October 7th, so I might save this for October, but I'm gonna get the Jewel sometime this week. I want to read Anatomy of a Misfit and Blackbird. I'm so excited for. So I want to be able to read most of the books that are going to be there. And on to the last 2 books that I have as an option to read. Since I'm most definitely going to the signing for this book, I figured I might as well reread the series. So Birthmarked and Prized I might be rereading, so that way I can finish Promised. In my recent book haul, I said how much I love these covers. Well, I told you to look at the other cover, and that's the other cover. Definitely a better cover change, don't you agree? But yes, basically I want to reread this and reread Prized and just go through all the feels again, and just, I love this series. You guys need to pick this up. And the last book I want to get to, but I'm not going to be mad if I don't, is Bitter Kingdom by Ray Carson. I recently got this month, and I started it but put it down because I didn't want the book to end. And I recently got the short stories that go along with this, which are these. So I'm hoping to finish this book either this month or next month, and then get on to these. So yes, that was my August wrap up of September TBR. I know, I gave myself a lot of books, but I am like 20 books behind on my reading challenge. Like last year, at the end of the year, I only missed it by 3. This one, I might miss it by 20. So I'm really hoping that in September I can get a lot of books done, because I really want to go to these tour events. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this wrap up. I am sorry that I only read 1 book, but you know, I'm not going to push myself to read books if I'm not in the mood to. So look forward to my next videos, because I have a few planned. I'll be doing a top 10 most owned authors video. I will be doing a level 4 challenge video finally, because I read the 4 books I needed to. And I will be doing a tea time rewind for this week's tea time. So look forward to those. Don't forget, if you liked this video, to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys later. Happy readings. Bye.